one 90-day fiancé diva keeps trashing her ex. And it's not Yara Zaya, who finally called it quits with Jovi Dufresne, it's actually Jasmine Pineda, who's using her fame to make it crystal clear that she's happier than ever following her split from Gino Palazzolo. With Jasmine, the grapes are sour. She's got so much going on in her life that's good, including a new baby girl. And that's why it's so surprising that she continues to look back. Jasmine could be clout chasing with her jabs at Gino. Drama sells. And this Leo woman's all about making a scene. Like most Leos, she wants attention, she's probably addicted to fame. Jasmine's issues with Gino may have left her feeling like a peasant, rather than a queen. This isn't a position any Leo woman wants to be in. They're born to rule. So, it's likely she wants to show the world that she's better off without him. Jasmine has a new man now and his name is Matt Brownies. While life with Matt hasn't exactly been perfect so far, that doesn't stop Jasmine from comparing the two males. Of course, Gino gets a lower ranking. Gino made a lot of mistakes with his Leo ex, putting her down in ways that were all too public. For example, he didn't seem to enjoy sleeping with her despite her brazen wardrobe and pretty face. His attitude towards their intimate life seeped out on screen in ways that probably embarrassed her a lot. So, whenever she insults Gino now, directly or obliquely, she's basically trying to reclaim her crown. But how does she do it? Well, she shares a baby daughter with Matt, and she says he helps by looking after the baby while she makes money. For Jasmine, income's always been a hot-button topic. In her native Panama, she used to be a teacher but lost that job. There are different stories about why, including Gino being the reason why she could no longer do that job, or her fighting with a co-worker. Ultimately, for whatever reason, she lost that position. This made it harder for her to keep her financial life secure. As she's a glamorous and intelligent woman, she was frustrated by rules that stopped her from making money in America during the K-1 visa phase. During that time period, she needed a work permit to earn money. There were so many barriers. Then, when she began to earn her own money while living in an expensive country, the USA, she probably felt better. However, a potential TikTok ban inflamed her, possibly triggering some sleepless nights. So, when Matt looks after their infant while she does work online, she's likely extremely grateful. In contrast, she paints Gino as a man with a remarkably weak libido, who could never really take her of her. While Matt has talked about his fears, and Jasmine's even questioned her love for him, she obviously wants the world to think he's more of a man than Gino. One of the ways she smeared him is by hinting he's not straight, i.e., was faking his heterosexuality. As per the 90-day fiancé_Alexa at Instagram post shown above, while she seemed to hint he was living a lie, when fans confronted her, she quickly walked back her statements. That gambit may have allowed her to feel sexy again. She was subtly pointing out a reason why he didn't want to sleep with her. That doesn't make it true, but as a PR move, it serves a purpose. It's a way of taking her power back and leaning into being a sex symbol. She sells glamour online, and an ex who could barely muster up the energy to sleep with her hurts her personal brand. Jasmine once called out Gino for avoiding intimacy with her for 8 months. That's a long time when a person's in a relationship. There were real problems there. However, that's not the only way she's trashed the man who seemed to sincerely love her despite his shortcomings, and her own. Gino, the hat-wearing ex who appeared to be crushed when things ended with Jasmine, and had to watch her rub her newfound happiness in his face, tried to rally. He's attempting to build a life of his own, as seen in the clip above. However, the past may haunt him, particularly his image as a cheap man. Jasmine, as previously mentioned, is the quintessential glamour girl, always dressed to kill in wild outfits that people might not see on the streets every day. She is not a minimalist. She's spent money on her looks, including cosmetic procedures, in order to rock canary yellow catsuits and other truly baffling fashion choices, and it has to be said that she rocks them all. Jasmine needs the hair, the makeup, the moisturizer, the jewelry, the list goes on and on and on. He's rumored to have quite a stash of cash in the form of investments. While there's no proof, and maybe Jasmine felt like he could have spent more money on her, she has outright called him cheap on screen. However, some fans on Reddit are taking her side, basically saying that she siphoned a lot of cash out of this man, maybe too much. As per a Reddit thread started by Shaboogie7272, the OP of the thread was critical of her, saying, "Do most fans really want Jasmine to be humble? Maybe not born under the same zodiac sign as Larissa Lima. She acts much the same way. They need stuff to maintain their images, they will get it at all costs. In the process of trying to make their lofty dreams come true, each plays the diva, and that can be a lot of fun. However, The OP thinks Gino would be happier with a more subtle and sophisticated partner, whose lust for life and material things isn't so transparent. There was big trouble with this relationship, and it's best it's over. But that won't stop Jasmine from slagging off Gino any way she can. It's the war over image that she wants to win. She will do whatever it takes to win the breakup, as she already knows that fans have a lot to say about her. Some take Gino's side, as seen above. In certain ways, society punishes women who are unafraid to really be themselves. Those like Jasmine, who clearly have money on their mind and aren't afraid to ask for it from partners, often get roasted. However, it has to be said that Gino should have had a clearer understanding of his mate. His personality, and what she wanted, were not mysterious. The 90 Day Fiancé franchise Gino simply chose not to deliver.